Hello everyone, welcome in or welcome back. It's lovely to see you again at the start of 2025. I hope that you all had a stellar holiday season. I know that time of year can be quite hard for people, but a new year brings new beginnings. Surround yourself with love, with happiness. I hope that this year is filled with so much joy for everyone. So continuing off of the last video of last year, the Minty Fantasy Forest series of BJDs, today we're going to be opening the bonus dolls that arrived with them. I have the hidden leopard, the moon witch, the purple cat, and the pink flamingo. All of these dolls are absolutely lovely, so I'm very excited to tuck into them with you all. But before then, I would like to cover the other bonuses that arrived with them. So if you are specifically looking for the dolls and not the extra bonuses that came in, I will provide chapters to skip ahead to the doll openings. So the Modian for the Minty Fantasy Forest series came with quite a lot of bonuses, and one of them included blank hairs for every doll that was in the set, depending on who you bought, as a bonus for the delay in delivery. So I don't have every hair to go through with you guys, as I had already started to repaint some of them, but I will kind of go over how they were done. So from last time, our dolls were separated into two hair parts, one backside and one front, but some of them do include the extra fix-ins, such as their hair being tied up in a ponytail or these little clips in the front as part of the headband. So for the bonus hair, the blanks would come separated, as this one is 3 parts plus the accessories. So you have the front bangs with gaps where those accessories would go, the back hair plate, and the corresponding ponytail that would connect into place. I quite like that they separated all the components, as this definitely adds a lot of variety to what you can do for customizing the different hairstyles. And as I mentioned last time, the front and backs do fit together for different hairstyles, allowing you more variety. Here's one of the hair pieces that I have already repainted, so that you can kind of see how nicely they take on color. I used the satin varnish, but the originals do have more of a matte or less glossy finish to them if you're looking for something that matches the original style more closely. The hair sculpts are really quite beautiful, and I definitely think that other colors also help emphasize just how pretty those sculpts are. The next bonus is a bonus body that also comes with a variety of feet and hands. If you're wondering what specific hands and how the bodies are, then all of that was covered in the first video. Next up, we have more of those bonus feet, a pair for every doll in the series, and they are made to fit into the high heels, of which the high heels are here. So we have a variety of crystal or clear high heels, which look like so. So they're quite tall, with a thick bottom and a strap going across the top. From what I can see, all of them are the same sculpt, so none of them are just blanks of the provided shoes from the base set, which you can see here for comparison. Finally, for this packet, they do all come with little claw hands. In another packet comes a secondary pair of crystal heels. This one is a different sculpt from all of the other ones, so there is no strap over the top, and on the back is a butterfly. Here we have a sort of crystal heel with blue roses on top. This one does not have the butterfly in the back, and does not have a strap over the foot either. And of that butterfly sculpt, we do have a black variant. In this packet, we also have a bonus set of eyes. So these eyes are purple with a bright sparkle right in the middle of them. Next up, we have a whole variety of paw hands, each matching the color of different dolls from the set. We have the rabbit, the fox, the sheep, or the lamb, the bear, the cat, and the squirrel. There are also a bunch of blank faces. There also comes a pair of bloomers for each of the dolls. There is something of a lamb in the front, but it's a little bit hard to tell. But there is also a blue little bow in the back, and frills for each of the openings. Our next bonus comes in the form of this little rose parasol. If you're curious how well the pink matches with the bunny, it is slightly more dustier and just ever so slightly darker than the pinks that are used for the rabbit. The bonuses also include a stain suit, which I think will be particularly helpful for the super hidden. So going over all of our sticker sheets, we have the cat, the squirrel, the sleeping one is very cute, the bunny, the lamb, this one in the back that highlights her fancy hairstyle is really quite charming, the bear, and lastly the fox. The two hiddens also come with sticker sheets. So here's the snow leopard. Here is the moon fox. There's also a bonus outfit. Oh, I love the color palette for this. So here's the overcoat or the shawl. There's a green bow where the two pieces meet, a pattern that goes all around the shawl, and some stringy fringe. Here's the little apron. It is in this ever so slightly crossed pattern. There's a little heart pocket there and a tiny little sheep that's just on the other side. The bottom of the apron has a yellow frill, and underneath that one is something of a little tan lace and a very slightly green tinted layer of frill underneath that. And there's just a string to set it in place. Here's the bandana on top. So in that beige fabric with a yellow bow, frills all along the sides. There is another layer of frills that sits on top of it in sort of a mustardy yellow. And in that same fabric that matches the heart on the apron is a little stripe that goes across. The main dress is just absolutely adorable, very cottagecore-esque. It is all sorts of these neutral colors. That green and white fabric goes all along the edges here and on the cuffs of the sleeves. The sleeves themselves are also something of that very slightly grid patterned fabric. The skirt of the dress is just ever so slightly lighter than the main body. The body also has a corset. The corset has some brown ribbon going across the center, frills just along the end of it, sort of a light tan colored bow that sits in the center, and there are also two bows that sit on the frill that line the bottom of the dress. The outfit does also come with a pair of socks. Finally, it comes with a little prop of a cane with a bow. So I'm gonna go ahead and dress my bear up in this outfit and we'll see how it looks on a doll. I was worried about how well this would actually stretch, but it seems like the elastic is actually not too bad at keeping. It's still a little scary though to have such a thin elastic rather than Velcro or a button to keep it together. So there she is, all dressed up in the bonus outfit, and she is so freaking cute. I love her so much. I feel like this doll just keeps growing on me more and more. Like, she is just so stinking cute, but it matches her colors just so nicely. All of those earth tones really contribute to the whole cottagecore aesthetic, and I really love it. I think I like her standard headband a little bit more. She is so fluffy and so cute. Comfort Free is also doing more outfits for this specific size of doll. While I do think that the base outfits for the doll are cute, their charm is just brought out so much by these more detailed outfits, and I believe that covers all of our bonuses. So moving on to the dolls, I think we're going to start with the purple cat, as she is going to be a recolor of the cat that we've already seen with some additional differences. If you are looking to get the super hidden, the hidden, or the special recolor, or even the hanging card, I highly recommend Cherry Goods. That is where I was able to receive mine, in addition to the myriad of dolls that I had last time. So I wasn't expecting her to come with her own card, but she actually does. And you can see that it changes and reuses some elements from the cat, and that her art is both flipped and also edited a little bit. So she comes with various hands. The paint smell off of her is a little bit more noticeable than all the other ones. None of the other ones had too much of a scent, but she definitely does. She just needs to air out for a little bit, I think. So we'll go ahead and look at her on her own first. Her hair is this dark purple color that fades off into more of a black tone at the end. The clips in her hair are black for the double pair and white for the other one. The end of her bluntly cut side hair is also fading off into black. Her face is a little bit more timid than our standard cat, with a bit of a pout. She does have the cat decorating her eyelashes for a very cute way to integrate the cat into her design. She has darker eyebrows that are fairly neutral. She does also have the fish bone on the bridge of her nose, though it is a little bit light and hard to get in the lighting, but it is a light purple color. For her eyes, they are a dark purple that kind of border a little bit on gray. Her eye highlight in the corner is a bow. The middle pupil is lighter purple, and the highlights of her eyes are also light purple or almost white. Here are their faces side by side for comparison. Here's her cat ear headband, which is flocked. Due to the flocking, I think it looks a little bit lighter, but it is meant to mimic a black cat. Tail in the center. The insides of the ears are very pale, almost like a gray and pink. There are purple bows on the side and a big black bow on the left ear here. And the comparison between the standard cat and the recolor. Next up, let's take a look at her outfit. So she does get a totally unique outfit, which is pretty exciting. Here are her socks, which actually have a black frill. Her tail. So we'll cover the base components of the dress first. So there is, oh gosh, it's a little hard to see because of my black background, but she has a black dress that is covered with a lot of different ruffles on the sleeves and on the skirt of the dress. There are a number of black bows that go along the edge of it, a black collar, and a little bell right there. And there actually is something inside, so it jingles a little bit when you shake it. Here's her underskirt, or her petticoat, which is a fairly light and fairly translucent purple fabric. Her apron that sits on top is made of the same fabric as the petticoat, and it seems like to put it in place, there are two sets of ribbons on both sides. There are frills on the arms, around the edges, 2 black buttons just in the center there, and the cutest little decal of a slightly afraid black cat. Very, very cute. Whereas the original cat has her tail attached to an elastic that goes around her waist, this tail will be attached by snaps on the base of the tail and the apron there. Her shoes are pretty simple, being all black with a purple bow, and it does match the sculpt of the shoe on the regular cat. I do think it is a little unfortunate that her tail is only going to be attachable if you're wearing her default outfit, or at least the apron on top, but I think that she will be very cute in her stock clothing. So let's go ahead and get her dressed up now. This is another doll that would probably benefit from a stain suit too. So here are our 2 cats dressed up and next to each other. There are quite a few differences between them beyond just being recolors actually, which I was pleasantly surprised by. I like that their expressions are different, and I do like that the whole construction of the outfit is different. Compared to the simple one piece, the black cat's outfit is a little bit more detailed, with there being various layers and small accessories like the bell that actually does have a bauble inside for it to make a little jingle. I had mentioned not loving the way that the pattern on the cat's outfit actually sat, with there mostly being one cat on this side and then all the other cats are covered by the Velcro and the tail. So I like the more simplified approach of just having a small decal on the corner of the apron. The black cat's tail is also more detailed, with there being a bell on the end of the tail and a bow where it snaps onto the bottom of the apron. However, I like that the white cat's tail is both fluffier, and I do actually like that it is attached to the elastic so that she can wear it regardless of what outfit she has on. The actual socks themselves are also different, with the standard cats being more baggy or a little bit more oversized, and I think it is trying to achieve the more scrunched look that is sometimes prevalent in street fashion. The only thing is that I don't really like how it looks on doll scale, because it kind of just makes it look a little bit lumpy. The socks for the black cat are, in comparison, much tighter and therefore just look a little bit cleaner. But they are extremely cute next to each other, and I love that they added a lot of personality into the black cat to make her different from just being a standard recolor. I do kind of wish that she had an accessory like the base dolls did, but I see why they don't, and I do think that her outfit is fairly detailed as is. And I think there's charm in it having multiple layers but being a little bit simple in the actual construction of each part. I think they are both super duper cute. I do think I like the recolor cat just a little bit more. The standard cat is definitely really, really cute too. So that covers our first doll, and let's move on to the next one. So I think our next one that we'll cover is going to be the snow leopard. Here's the character card where they really lean into the black and white and chest. There's also a little pocket watch on the side there. So this was the second doll in the set with twin tails, which of course means that I'm very excited to see how they look on her. Oh, her tail is adorable. Oh my god, her tail's adorable. Oh, she's really cute. Oh my god, she's so cute. Help. She's so cute. I didn't think I was gonna love her so much. So for the snow leopard, her hair is this light blonde that almost borders on sort of an off-white color. She does use the same hair sculpt as the bear, which is probably a good reason for why I love her so much. But she does have different elastics around her twin tails compared to the bear, who has ribbons, and she has more of these ruffled black pieces here. She has a little black bow on her hair there, and the color scheme of this off-white and stark black is actually really quite cute. Her face is fairly simple, with there being little snow leopard ears on each corner of her eye. Her eyelashes do fade off into more of a cool toned gray. She has little whiskers on each of her cheeks, an opened mouth with little fangs, super teeny tiny, but I think you can see them there. And her eyes are kind of a blue toned gray. Her highlights in the corner are little stars, and the pupil is gray, while the bottom highlight leans towards a lighter blue. Oh wow, these little chain parts of her headband are really cute. All the little details of her being a snow leopard are actually like really endearing. So it is a black ruffled headband with white roses on each side. There's a black bow that sits on the very top with sort of a white casted gemstone. The chains are made out of black beads and chains that interlink them, and I think these are supposed to sit on the front of her head. The leopard ears are flocked and go between white and gray. Oh, that's really cute. So taking a look at the outfit now, she comes with the standard pair of white socks. Oh, her accessory is actually a little pearl one. Looks like her dress is still one piece, but it is much more detailed than the standard one pieces that the other dolls got. So it is primarily made of black and white fabric, with the undershirt being white, The cuffs of the shirt are black, the collar is white and is a frill that goes around the neck. There's a black bow in the center. The bulk of the overskirt here, or the overdress here, is also black with white buttons, a black bow in the middle, some little black and white flowers on each side here of this opening, which is made up of several layers of frills that lead into the one that goes all around the edge, followed by a black frill that goes all along the edge as well. Underneath is a pleated white skirt with black bows. And her shoes are black with a bow on the top and white on the bottom. Her tail is adorable, very, very cute. Black and white to represent the snow leopard, and is pretty much done in the same way that our cat's tail is. So on the elastic with a armature inside for posing. Let's get her dressed up now. I am glad that for the most part, you don't need to take their heads off when dressing them. Also, I hope the audio for this video has been good. I had my very good friend, who you may recognize if you've come to streams before, Loafbread, come and help me fine-tune some things. And I actually would like to point out that he recently put out his first little album, which I have been really excited for him to work on. So I'll go ahead and link it in the description because he's such a wonderful talent, and music is just such a lovely way of self-expression that I really would love if you guys could go give it a listen. Also, I just love piano compositions. So there is the snow leopard all dressed up. I apologize that it might be a little hard to see all the details due to my background. But the mixtures of black and white for her are actually really, really pretty and really emphasizes the elegance of this design, even though she has a style that might be considered a little bit childish with the twin tails. The incorporation of the pearls and the string of beads on her, the incorporation of different elements really emphasizes the feeling of elegance with this design, and I really, really like it. She's really pretty. I think her and the bear are probably my favorites of the set, which I was surprised by. I was really enamored by the photos of the super hidden, so I didn't really pay too much attention to this one, but she's actually really, really lovely in person, and I think that her stock outfit is also quite detailed, so it's really charming in that regard too. I don't feel the need to get new clothes, even though I'm very excited to. I don't feel the need to, whereas some of the base dolls felt a little bit simple with their one pieces, but hers is constructed very beautifully. I love the different elements of and where the different bows are. I love her pearl accessories, and I think the coloring of her tail and her ears is just so cute, but it might be a little bit soon to say that she might be my other favorite of the set because we still have 2 more dolls to open. I would love to know what you guys think of her though. I feel like I was so excited for the other ones that I really underestimated just how cute the general hidden would be. The only thing that I think I would like to change still is that their wrists can feel a little bit empty. Regardless, she's absolutely lovely. So let's go ahead and set her off to the side, and then we'll open the super hidden doll. And there she is. I have her flipped around, but there she is. And here is her character card. So she has a little snow globe, some mysterious little vials, some candles, a book, really quite an elegant character. While the bulk of the characters are quite youthful, it's nice to see a variety of styles that the hiddens in particular brought on. Much more elegant and just distinctly different from the base set without feeling out of place, I think. So there is our super hidden, and she is really pretty. I love this hair sculpt. This back piece in particular is so detailed and it's so pretty. I don't love the front bangs as much, but she does have a fairly standard Hime style haircut in the front, which I suppose you can't have a Lolita set without having a Hime style haircut, but the detailing on the back curls is just so lovely. So her hair is mostly a light purple or white color that fades off into something of a darker lilac color, but only just slightly darker. She has a black butterfly that sits on the very top of her head there. As I mentioned, her bangs are cut into the Hime style haircut with blunt chopped bangs, blunt chopped side hair, and the rest of her hair is loose and curly. Her face is really, really quite pretty. So her eyelashes are really detailed actually, and they're really pretty. She does have 2 little wisps cutting into them, but her eyelashes seem a little bit longer than the way that the others are drawn out. Her bottom lashes are white. She has 2 little circles on her left cheek and a crescent moon on the right, and a fairly neutral expression overall. Her eyes are quite interesting with them being sort of a soft blue, and her left eye has a butterfly instead of the standard pupil that we have. She's missing the corner highlight that most of our other dolls have, giving her a much more solemn expression. I think she has quite a bit of charm in bringing out what people would consider doll-like. Her headband is really interesting. So she does have ruffles across them, so the top part here is sort of a purpley blue and the bottom edge here is lilac, but she actually has 6 ears, 6 fox ears. Where they all fade off into a slightly darker purple, and the inner fluffs are all white. Across her headband are also flowers and roses in that dark blue color, as well as one in that light purple color. Look at that, isn't that interesting? 6 ears, that's so cute. Her shoes are actually high-heeled and have little roses on the top in that same color as the rose on her headband in that light purple. Oh gosh, it's so hard to talk about what I have here when all of it is black. One moment, we're gonna go into emergency. Okay, hopefully using my regular desk mat will help a little bit in trying to share what I'm talking about. Her one piece is really pretty. So it is a short-sleeved dress. The backside is slightly longer than the front. There are black frills that go all along the edge, as well as some lace that also lines the edge. It's still a little hard to see what I'm talking about with it being all black, but please bear with me. There's a black bow that sits in the center where the two edges of the dress kind of meet their peak, and a number of roses in black and blue. There's also kind of a caging right in the center that covers some more layers of frills. There's also an overskirt in a light tulle, and finally some wings that sit right in the center. I think this sits over top the entirety of her skirt to give her something of a train, and it's just a couple layers of shimmery fabric with blue roses over top, and it looks like they're held together with this lace. I believe this may be something of a staff for her, but at the top is a bundle of roses in black and blue and a ribbon made out of that lace. Also these two little guys at the top. She has two sheer socks. Her tail is quite short and stubby, actually stubbier than the fox and the squirrels, I think, but it is kind of dark blue and a lighter gray blue at the top. Finally, I thought that these would be for her wrist, but I'm not seeing them in the photos. One of them may be for her neck. Suppose the other one may be for her thigh. I'm gonna choose to believe that because I don't see anything on her wrists in the photos, but let's get her dressed up now. So I guess we're finding out about this together. So there's the super hidden all dressed up. I have to admit, I'm not bonding with her nearly as much as I thought I would. I'm not sure what it is that isn't 100% hitting for me. I feel like I don't love the bangs, but while she is very detailed, there's a lot of little aspects of her that feel a little bit frustrating. So her shoes keep falling off, and I didn't love the method of attaching the overskirt and the backside where everything feels a little messy. So there's just a lot of aspects that feel kind of messy, and of course there's always room for user error, and it might just be that I'm a little bit clumsy with trying to layer her outfit the way that it's supposed to be, but I don't love the way that it looks. That said, I do think the base doll herself is absolutely beautiful. I think that the one piece is really pretty. Don't think I love the way that the overskirt actually works in execution, especially with her tail. The backside just looks really messy, but she's definitely one that I think that I would love to either give a different hairstyle to or give different clothing to, because I do think that she's really pretty, but I'm unfortunately just not really bonded with her. I would love to know what you guys think though. I feel like she didn't really live up to photos the way that I thought, and it sucks because I think she's the only one who didn't do that for me. All the other ones I felt like I was getting exactly what I expected or beyond what I expected from the promo photos, but she's the only one that I feel like I'm not really bonding with. She is still a beautiful doll though, but I think that in her stock at least, she's not my favorite. So with her covered, I'll go ahead and put her off to the side for now, and we'll cover the last one of the bonus dolls, the Minty Flamingo hanging card. So hanging cards, for those of you who are unaware, are dolls that are encased in this sort of packaging where there's a clear window and, importantly, the hanging card. So on a shelf or on a rack, this would be able to hang from those hooks. The pink flamingo was one that I was actually really quite excited for, so let's go ahead and open her up. So I love that the back plate is also detailed to reflect her. Looks like a bit of a workstation, but I love that there's a portrait of her. A little jewelry, a little clock. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this desk mat out, I think, just because we do have some components here that are black as well. That won't show up very well on my standard one. So her hair is absolutely adorable. It is this bright pink color, this sort of bubblegum pink color that's tied off into these two drills. They're really cute, and the hair sculpt is so detailed. She has a black bow sitting on the top, and she does have a little gap here. Similar to the rabbit, she has a little stray hair that's gonna sit right on top of her head. Interestingly enough, I assume so that you don't have to take off the head, she does come with the ascot already on. Her face, I think, might be one of my favorites, with this sort of proud smirk, and it looks like she has, I think it's supposed to be a little flamingo, but it does kind of look like a little cotton candy on the side of her face. Her eyelashes are kind of like bird wings, which is also really, really cute, but her confident expression is just so adorable. And her eyes are this really lovely green with clovers in one side, and the upper highlight I think is just a circle. If not, it might be something of a heart. I think the choice of giving her green eyes was really cute. It looks like she comes with extra little flamingo decals. What I also like about her is that she comes with the option of either giving her shorts or a skirt. As I mentioned, she has an ascot on already, where there is a pink jewel just sitting in the middle collar. It comes with a shawl with a pearl chain to fasten it, and there are little star charms on the edges. Underneath is a pretty simple button-up. There are a couple different layers of fabric, some frills, and 2 silver buttons in the middle. She has long socks with black bows just on the top. She does come with our fun assortment of hands and feet. For our pant options, she either has the option of a layered skirt, which rides up on one side and has lace underneath, as well as this bow on the top that also adds to this kind of layered look. Otherwise, you can give her shorts, which come with black bows on both sides of them and white lace underneath where the leg openings are. Here's her headband, which is black, has some bows on both sides, some little light pink circles on both sides as well, these 2 crosses here, and a cute hat that sits on the very top of it. Very dapper. She also has the high heel style shoes with pink bows on the front, and she comes with a cane with a flamingo head on top. I think including a flamingo was a really interesting option, but I really love the way that they did it. I think it looks very cute. So let's go ahead and get her dressed up next. I would certainly love if for the future lines or future production even of this line, if they opted to go without the wire, but I wonder how much structural stability they have. So there is the flamingo all dressed up, and I actually really love her. She pretty much lived up to my expectations. I think the shorts are really cute, and I like that they give you the option of having a skirt if you don't want the shorts, but the whole outfit is very dapper and very formal and definitely adds a whole different style to the lineup, which I really like. So I pretty much like everything about her. I appreciate the different hairstyle. I like the different outfit. I think that the addition of the little flamingo cane is really cute considering she doesn't have a tail. I think my only thing would be that if you didn't want the ascot on, it would be really hard to take this off because taking off the neck card is really difficult. But I do think she's an absolutely lovely doll. But that said, let me go ahead and put everyone together and let's do a little wrap up and talk about the line as a whole. So here they all are, and as a whole, I think the bonus dolls from this set were really lovely. In particular, the pink flamingo and the snow leopard were definitely my favorite, but I do think that the purple cat is actually a really nice take on a recolor because it feels so different than the standard cat. The only one that I didn't really love was the super hidden, but I think that that is in part some user error and me not really understanding how they wanted you to set up the outfit. And so the backside just kind of generally looks a little cluttered with her long hair and the tail and the way that the train is supposed to fall. That said, I think that while they're all lovely, I think it would have been nice to see a little bit more detail in the base dolls themselves, at least at the levels that maybe the recolor and the snow leopard were at, where there's just a little bit more to their outfit. But that said, I feel like they do serve as really good dolls for potentially dressing up and bonding with them that way. Of course, exemplified through my beloved bear, who I love so very much. The bonuses for the series were definitely really generous though, with the different blank hairs and all of the shoes and the hands, and the quality of everything generally felt pretty good. I did have one part that ripped on me, which was one of those bands that I wasn't 100% sure where it was supposed to go. I ended up putting it around her thigh, but while doing that, the roses popped off. Thankfully, that's an issue that's pretty easily solvable with fabric glue, but definitely isn't super... It's not my favorite thing when that happens, of course. As a whole, do I recommend this set though? I think I do, but it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a tea party set of Lolita style animals, then I definitely think that this one checks all of those boxes for executing the idea in a really cute way, both in the base set and in all of the bonuses. But that said, there are definitely drawbacks to them. They have the wires in them, which make them really difficult to try and take the neck off if you're looking to put on different outfits. So, you know, the flamingo coming with the ascot on, while that makes her easy to dress up in her stock clothing, definitely would cause issues if you wanted to dress her up in something else. And I definitely had those issues while trying to put on the neck collar for the super hidden as well. It was really hard to get those parts on and to get them to stay in the position that I think they were supposed to be in, but I was having to use like pliers, and generally that's just not very user-friendly, I suppose. But that said, I thought that the hair sculpts for the whole set were absolutely beautiful. Particularly, I love the cats and I really love the twin tails. The sheep also has a really beautiful hair sculpt as well. I'm excited to use the blank of that for something in the future. I also really loved all the detail that was put into the different headbands, with some of them being flocked and some of them not, but all of them being their own unique style. I thought that that was really cute and really charming. From the base set, I don't love all of the dresses as much, but in all of the bonuses, I generally like how they look. I like the base dress for the super hidden a lot, I just don't really like the train for it. And of course, I do love all of the tails for them too. I thought the tails were all really cute. I love that they're all fuzzy, and in general, I think that this was a really lovely line. I would love to see them them make improvements on some of these things in a season 2 if Comfort Free decides to do that, with more detailed outfits in the baseline themselves. Even though the mini prints were really cute, some of them just laid a little strange. As I tended to mention, I didn't love the way that the cat's patterns laid on the skirt of her dress very much. But that said, all of these dolls were really, really beautiful, and I think they all look very pretty together. None of them feel particularly out of place with each other, and they all match that theme of Lolita-styled tea party really nicely. So this one was a really, really exciting one to open with you guys. As I had mentioned in my first video, I had ordered these back in August, and then they came in December. And here I am opening the bonuses later in January. But I'm definitely looking forward to what Comfort Free brings to us in the future, whether that be a Minty Season 2 or a Bonnie Season 3. I think their dolls have always been really lovely for getting the base doll and then customizing into something else, since they release such a myriad of beautiful outfits, and I'm really excited to see which outfits come in soon for Minties. I have a couple on the way, and I've seen a couple more that I would like, so I'm very excited for them. I hope you all enjoyed opening this series up with me, both in the first video and in this one. Please look forward to the next one that I am eager to open with you guys. I have a whole backlog of things that I need to open on camera. So whether the next time I see you be in a stream or another video, please take care of yourselves. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. And with the new year, remember that you're loved and many good things are waiting for you in the future. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye!